Hi, everyone. Thanks for joining our webinar on Manage Your Content with a Business Hub on Office 365. I'm Surendra Dudani, the Director of Business and Products Development at BizPortals Solutions, and I'm joined by Anil Gursani, our Solutions Lead. Many of you are familiar with what an Office 365 intranet is and its capabilities as a digital workplace solution. We'll get into what a Business Hub is for those of you who are not familiar, but in short, a business hub is a modern digital workplace for your company-wide document and content management, forms management, project management, and overall communication and collaboration. It houses and combines everything you are working on in one streamlined, organized place using the power of Office 365 and SharePoint. And for today's webinar, we'll be focusing on an Office 365 Business Hub as a document and content management solution and how it simplifies and modernizes the way businesses and teams create, collaborate, protect, and harvest their documents, content, and ultimately their knowledge. So that is what today's webinar will be about. So moving on, let's jump into the agenda. First, we are going to give a quick introduction to our presenters today and our company. Second, we'll talk briefly about document and enterprise content management because it's evolving as businesses, small and large, are shifting to a more agile, collaboration-centric, and cloud-based way of doing things. Third, we'll talk about what an Office 365 Business Hub is, its document management features and capabilities, and how it simplifies and modernizes the way businesses and teams work. Then Anil will demo our BizPortals 365 product to show you what an Office 365 Business Hub can do for your document and content management. BizPortals 365 is a comprehensive and turnkey solution that instantly connects to your environment, and it has all of the features that we'll be discussing. Just as a note, there are differences between other Office 365 Intranet products out there. Finally, we will end with some Q&A so you can ask any question on what we cover. We'll try to leave a few minutes for Q&A at the end, but please ask questions at any time during the presentation. Please note that your microphone is on mute, so use the chat inside the GoToWebinar toolbar to ask your questions. Again, I'm Surendra Dudani, the Director of Business and Products Development at BizPortals Solutions. I have many years of experience with software business in product and business development, including collaborations and line of business products. I'm joined by Anil Gursani, who is our Solutions Lead. He leads our customer implementations. He has over 12 years of experience building and implementing intranet and digital workplace solutions. He'll be providing the demo later in the webinar. As a company, BizPortals Solutions, we are a full-service Office 365 and SharePoint shop based in Orange County, Southern California, with offices in Boston and India. We have a product development team that focuses on our BizPortals 365 product and customizations, and we also provide implementation, planning, migration, and other Office 365, SharePoint, and Dynamics services. We have over 15 years of experience developing intranet and digital workplace solutions on SharePoint and Office 365. So we are experts on these two platforms as well as the Microsoft platform as a whole. Our customers are businesses using or looking to move to Office 365. They vary across industry and size from small to large businesses. Finally, we have been Microsoft Gold partners for over 15 years as well. So what is content management? First, we are using document and content somewhat interchangeably, but really it's all about content because documents are just one piece of that puzzle. With digitization, businesses create, use, and manage different forms of content, whether it's documents, videos, blogs, you name it. So really, we are talking about content management. Then traditional content management has evolved from a more static and linear life cycle beginning at content creation and ending at content retention and disposal. Because the pace of business has become faster, the way content is created, shared, retained, and reused has changed. Now, content management is more people centric, collaboration centric, cloud based, and cyclical. So, all this means is that there are simpler yet powerful and more cost effective ways of managing your content, whether you are a small business or a large enterprise. The content management is broken down in four key functions: create, where you create, collect, and share the documents you need to get work done; coordinate, where you structure, organize, categorize, and coordinate and discuss content; protect, where you ensure the security and privacy by managing governance and compliance with lifecycle and rights management; and then harvest, where you intelligently search, discover, analyze, and reuse content. So we'll expand a little bit more on the content lifecycle. Content management practices and processes can vary by purpose and organization. This can lead to differences in steps or terminology. The common stages of the content management life cycles are organizations. As we said, in the first stage, you create, categorize, design taxonomies to classify schemes developed. Creation. Content is assigned into classified architectural categories that were developed in the first stage. Storage. Content format and storage decisions are made based on ease of access, delivery, security, and other factors dependent on the organization's needs. Workflow. Rules are designed to keep content moving through various roles while maintaining consistency with the organization's policies. Editing, versioning. This step involves managing multiple content versions and presentation changes. Publishing, the stage where content is actually delivered to users, which can be defined as website visitors or internal publishing via the hub for employees. Removal, archive, the final stage where content is deleted or moved to an archive where it is obsolete or infrequently accessed. So with that now, what is an Office 365 Business Hub and how does it help businesses create, coordinate, protect, and harvest content? Well, first, for those of you not familiar, an Office 365 Business Hub is built off of these 365 and SharePoint frameworks and extends it into an intranet and digital workplace solution through some development and configurations to deliver the following. One, increased and more flexible usability, so you can organize and access things more quickly, have dashboard views, drag and drop features, the ability to more easily publish content, and much more. Then an Office 365 Business Hub delivers added functionality. So for example, the document management and collaboration features that come out of the box with Office 365 and SharePoint are enhanced. But with BizPortals 365, we have extended the functionality even further beyond the basic intranet features with modules and features for project management, forms management, and HR and employees management, and much more. So with BizPortals 365, Office 365 environment turns into a comprehensive workplace solution that helps manage other critical functions of your business. 3, it has built-in integration with Office 365 tools. As you can see in the diagram, it is all connected through layers of functionality and tools. And it turns it into one solution in one unified experience rather than using them as separate standalone tools. These integrations are ready to go for you to use. We'll talk more about a few of these tools and integrations. And then 4, with BizPortals 365, we have enabled the ability to integrate with other business applications like your CRM and ERP, for example, to bring in and distribute documents, data, and reports, and bring in workflows from these external systems. Then, as you can see also, it is built off of 365 and SharePoint framework. It directly and instantly connects to the entire environment. So imagine it as another tool in your Office 365 toolset. So in summary, an Office 365 Intranet is a comprehensive workplace solution that brings your business and Office 365 together in one place in one unified experience. But for today's webinar, we are focused on the content management capabilities. So that is what we will dive deeper into the next few slides. There are a lot of features across the content lifecycle, so I'll go through these quickly, and much of this will be brought to life in Anil's demo. But I'll focus on some of the key features and points. And if there is any part where you want more information, please ask. So let's start off with the first stage of the life cycle, content creation. The main features of an Office 365 Intranet here are real-time co-authoring, where you can collaborate on documents with multiple people simultaneously. If multiple people are working on a single document, there is the check-in and check-out feature and automatic versioning control to avoid multiple copies. It allows you to have just one updated source of truth. You can house, create, edit, and easily publish and share just about any content, from documents, company news, custom lists, rich media, including audio and video, medical diagram, files, etc. This is a subtle but important point. It is very easy to create content, change content, and publish it, and it can be done by any user or admin and doesn't require the help of IT. And new documents are born with templates, rich metadata, and retention policies, making documents easy to manage from the start. You can easily share and upload files in different ways, including drag and drop. Then finally, you can dynamically capture information that lives in an email, whiteboard, or document and upload, edit, and share it seamlessly. The next stage is coordinating activities and common actions between people to make sure information is properly coordinated. First and foremost, with an Office 365 Intranet, you have the ability to organize your content, libraries, and lists in an easy and formalized way. You can create richer experiences around your documents and content with the ability to add custom properties to document libraries and lists, change views, and pin things to allow people to zero in on the right content that they need. There's built-in integrations with tools like Flow to tie in orchestration around documents. You can set actions based on logic to automate common actions, like collecting attachments from email or distributing documents for team or manager review. Then have alerts and notifications around these workflows. So you can get notices when a document has reached the next step in the workflow, or if it is pending action, like if a document is pending review or approval. You can also have a group conversation around documents and information and share documents within these conversations with pre-built integrations with Yammer and Teams, all within the Office 365 environment. So to streamline and organize your documents and collaboration in one place. You also have Power Apps to create custom mobile experiences based on how you want to view, customize, and interact with documents and information. In terms of protecting, securing, and governing your information throughout the lifecycle, an Office 365 Intranet leverages Microsoft's commitment and long tradition of supporting these key areas. So you have the inbuilt Microsoft platform security as a whole. Then, of course, you have a robust user rights management, which is a much more sophisticated way of protecting documents even when they are downloaded. Then, very key and important, you can centrally define, set, and automate your data loss, retention, archival, disposal, and lifecycle management policies. You can easily define and set how long you want to keep and retain your documents and what you want to do with them after a certain amount of days, etc. So, for example, you can say, I want to keep all contracts for 5 years and specify that you want to delete this content or archive it. And importantly, this is done in a no code way. All of this is templatized where all you really have to do is select options from a drop down. And you can apply defined policies to content by simply tagging the documents with what are called retention tags. You can centrally define these policies in one place based on content type, files, and folders. So a very easy and automated way to manage your documents and information throughout its life cycle and address your compliance and audit needs. Then finally, the harvest stage in the life cycle. Businesses don't stop interacting with their documents and information once they are saved and stored. So businesses need to easily and quickly find, discover, and analyze their content and information, especially as they build and store content over time. With an Office 365 intranet, you have powerful enterprise search that can search across all content, documents, events, lists, and metadata that exist within the intranet. It integrates with powerful and intelligent discovery tools like Delve that understand what documents and people you interact with and brings this content to your fingertips. And it also integrates with tools like Power BI to help you visualize and understand data in a meaningful and insightful way. So this was a very brief overview of the document and content management capabilities an Office 365 Intranet has across the whole life cycle. Now we'll talk about how an Office 365 Intranet stacks up against key criteria. Cost effectiveness. The solution should provide a quick and meaningful return on investment. It's cloud-based, so the licensing costs are lower, and with BizPortals 365, we have a straightforward pricing model. It's not just a document management solution, so you don't necessarily need a separate solution for your document management, project management, and communication and collaboration. No IT resources needed from setup to maintenance. It is taken care by us. Then you leverage existing Office 365 tools investment and just get more out of it. Ease of use. Intuitive use is a must for adoption. It provides intuitive UI with concise features. Flexibility. It is integrated with Office 365 tools and existing business systems that you are already using. It's customizable and configurable. It's scalable as you can easily add and organize content and teams as you grow. Robust search. We already talked about the powerful enterprise search capabilities and the content discovery and curation with Delve. Mobility. Cloud-based. Ability to access documents and information anytime, anywhere, and on any device. Collaboration, the ability to multiple users to view and add their contributions to a single document in real time. We talked about the co-authoring and social collaboration features. Security, the solution should restrict who can see specific documents and secure your documents throughout the lifecycle. It provides multi-level role-based security and lifecycle management, audit control, data encryption. So as a document and content management solution, an Office 365 Intranet meets these core criteria. And of course, there are many document and content management options out there like Box and DocuWare. Microsoft is evaluated as a leader in content management for businesses large and small by the prominent Gartner and Forrester. And this says Microsoft, but it is really talking about Microsoft Office 365, SharePoint, and OneDrive as it relates to content management. And an Office 365 Intranet brings all of this together with pre-built modules and tool integrations and extended usability and functionality to bring the full power of Office 365 together in one cohesive workplace solution. So hopefully you now have a good overview of what an Office 365 Intranet is and what its document and content management capabilities are. And with that, I will pass it over to Anil for the demo of our BizPortals 365 product.
Thanks a lot, Surendra. Hi, everyone. This is Anil Gursane. I'm the solutions lead at BizPortals Solutions. And what we'll be doing is going through an overview of BizPortals 365 as it relates to content management. Again, if you have any questions, you can type it in the chat pane. Otherwise, please feel free to go to the website, schedule a demo with us, send us an email, and we'll be happy to answer your questions. So hopefully everyone can see my screen. So BizPortals 365, as Surendra mentioned, is really hosted on your Office 365 tenant. So you have full control of this application, and in terms of security permissions, you have full rights to set it up right the way you want. So BizPortals 365 really helps you manage all the information, be it in terms of forms, be it in terms of your reminders, alerts, task management, project management, and documents. So it helps you manage all of this in one central location. Now, Office 365 gives you a range of applications, as most of you must be familiar. So right from Word, Excel, PowerPoint, OneNote, you're going to be using that to generate a lot of content. But how do you keep all this organized? And that's where this portal 365 comes in. So I'll give you a brief overview of the home page, a very quick one. What you see in front of you is our landing page. Now, you can manage all your tasks, as you see on the left. So all your tasks that are assigned to you or you assign it to yourself, you can manage it right from this little web part here. You can set reminders for yourself. You can be following documents, people. So all of those start showing up here for quick access. You can just click on it. You can see the entire organization here, all the people working in your company. So, and you can get in touch with them very quickly via Skype, Outlook, so on, right from here. And you can search for people also. Okay. And then we have a couple of more things on the left side. That is basically you have some employee highlights, birthdays, work anniversaries that you can really take a look at it right away. Now, outside of that, in terms of content and information distribution, you can set out alerts. So your IT departments, administration departments can put out alerts for all the employees. All of that is available right here. Very easy to do that. Same with senior management, executives wanting to put some announcements out. So that is very easy to do. Again, any of this, if you want details, please feel free to get hold of us, and we'll explain that in detail, right, to you all. And then there's a calendar web part. As you can see, it brings in all the calendars from your intranet. It could bring it in one view, or you can go to calendars separately. So holidays and, as people are filling out their forms for being out of the office, taking time off, all of that starts showing up on the calendars, right? You can even bring in your personal calendar from Outlook. You can integrate it right here. So it's a unified view of all your events right here. You can see the recent documents that have been uploaded and which you have access to. You can see that right on the home page. Also, we have a list of forms, out-of-the-box forms that we provide. So you can initiate forms right from here. Some quick links can be provided to all employees. Employee recognition with the spotlight feature. So there's a lot of content right here on the home page, right, that you can generate and consume right from here. Now, the other part of content distribution is really employee center. And what we give you right at the top as in out-of-the-box product is an employee center, great for HR to publish all kinds of information. So in terms of new people coming on board, in terms of having some training videos which can be streamed, so your employees don't have to leave the web page. They can see these videos right here, some training videos, some quick links for employees. And then you could publish a lot of content in form of text. You can bring in employee calendars, some employee onboarding announcements here. So you could have new employees come in, read through this content, write, you give them a login, they come here, they can start going through all of this. You can publish forms for them. So all of this is really not available in out-of-the-box SharePoint. And that's what our product, really brings a great value add to Office 365, that you can quickly arrange, organize and publish all your content right here. Okay. And then the Employee Center lets you upload some images, pictures for events in your company. You can have some key contact information. And then there is a document section, and we'll get into documents in detail. So you can really get your Employee Center up and running in a few days, right? It's all about just publishing content here. Now, moving back a little bit. So on the home page, you see there's a search up here, which is also available on every site, every page of the intranet, and you can search for all kinds of content. So documents, events, everything that you have published, you can search for those. So I just brought up a search. So if I search for a policy right here, in here, so this is a view of the search results. Now, this is great. Searching for the word policy brings up all policy related documents, whether it's in the title of a document or the content. It just brings up all the search results. And then you get some refinements on the left side. You can see, you can select by date. So last 6 months, if you want to see the results, so just the last 6 months, that will come up here and so on. Okay. And you can also search by author of the document. So a very powerful search built into our intranet. Okay. So we spoke about the Employee Center. Now, in terms of documents, when you do populate documents in any library on any site, be it the Employee Center or any other department site, it's fully integrated into your Office 365 OneDrive. So I'll just show you a very quick view of that. So this is, let's say, the same user has logged in into OneDrive. You can see here, you can see all the document libraries that user has access to. We were looking at the Employee Center. So you could get access to all of the documents right here. Okay, so you can interact with that using your OneDrive account, which is also available on your mobile phones and so on. All right. Then we have forms. So very quickly moving through forms. So 8 to 10 out-of-the-box forms. So reimbursement forms, purchase requests, a new hire setup. Let's say there's a new hire coming in. You want that new employee to be set up with laptops and other things. So you can fill out a new hire request form. There's a time off request here. So mostly 70 to 80% of the basic needs are met with these forms. We also provide you the ability to get new forms in. You can work with us and we can help you design new forms. So I'll just show you the layout of one of the forms. Okay. Now, behind this, as employees fill these forms submitted, there's a workflow defined. So there's a multi-stage workflow. So if an employee fills a form, it goes to the manager. Manager reviews the form. Let's say he approves it, and then he can move it on to administration or HR for time off, right? So we provide what is called a form center. Again, this is where the power of our solution comes in. It's all about organization of content. So you can see all the forms that you have submitted. You can see it right here. The ones, if you have to approve certain forms, you can quickly get to those, open up a specific form right from here, look at the details, and then quickly approve the form. So it's as simple as moving the forms through the workflow, right? Very simple to do that in our product. All right. Now, outside of Employee Center, Form Center, we also have the ability to create departments, right? So these are some, again, this is a demo instance. You see all these departments created. Under IT, you see some sub-departments also. So you can build your hierarchy. So create individual sites for your teams within a large department. You could have sub-sites really created for your teams to work on those, right? So let's just go ahead and look at the marketing department. I have that open here. So this site really is for marketing. So again, similar layout. You can see there's a streaming video web part, some news and announcements, quick links. You can manage the work of the department right here. You can create your custom list. So this is a task list that you see for the marketing department. You could have a calendar here that created and so on. So you can, again, once you create the framework, basic framework, we help you do that. We train you on this, and then you can do it yourself. So there, again, you generate a lot of content here, and you can manage it very well right on the site. Moving down, here is a document library of the marketing department. Okay, so let's spend a little time on this. So in terms of documents, very easy to upload documents. This entire grid is a drag and drop grid. You can take files, let's say from your desktop, from a network file share, and just drop it in here. You can assign categories, subcategories, right? Helps you organize your content very well. And then we have a lot of features here, but let me just take you to one of the key ones for the document library itself, right? So if you click on go to library, here is a full view, a full page view of your documents from the marketing department. So we give you a lot of options here in terms of setting this, right? So you can name it. You can name the library as you want, put a description to it. And then, as I said, you have categories. So for this specific library, you can say, we're not going to have accounting department, accounting type documents. So I'm going to move that category out. Communication, yes. Information, media, all that is okay. You can move through all of these. No policy documents, take those out and update this. It's as simple as using this interface and setting your categories that you want for a particular library. Okay. Similarly, permissions is a very big part of any content platform or an intranet. So you can set all your permissions right here, get a great view of it right from here. You can set some custom properties. Again, this is in detail. We can revisit this in a one-on-one demo if you wish. What is one of the most powerful features is document approvals, right? So you can set an approval workflow for each document library. So this was one of the document libraries of marketing, and you can set your approval either in serial form or parallel. So if you want serial approval, really you want, let's say, a couple of people to approve the documents in a sequential manner. So let it go to the first person and then it routes to the second person for a two-step approval. You can set it. Or if you want a parallel workflow, that is parallel approvals set up for two people simultaneously, they'll get the documents for approval and they'll go ahead and approve. And finally, it will go through, it will be marked as approved if both of them have approved it. If one rejects a document, then it goes back to the initial stage. Okay, so you can set the approval here. You can, as you set a document for approval, a task is created for the approvers. So you can also decide what name you want to give the task, prefix you want to give to that task. So you can type that here. Okay, so approvals are there. And now once you have set the approval on the library, going back to this view, it's very easy. You can see on the left side, you can see the documents that are pending for approval. So you can see that in the same view. If you wanted to set another document for approval, you can set this for approval. You can start the workflow right here. So let's say I started this. Now it's gone out for approval. You can also decide if you want to automate this entire approval process. So let's say you drop a document in a library, automatically it will be initiated for approval. So very powerful approval workflow features built in right here. Okay. And once this is done, let's go back to the homepage as I was showing you the tasks, and you saw this marketing for approval. So tasks get created for the user, for the approver that is, and they can see it right here. Okay, so now, and if it is overdue, it will show up in this little red icon here with the date. So it's a very easy way to set a document approval and then manage the approval process, by tasks, by setting up tasks for the approvers, so they can go ahead and approve this. Right? Again, in detail, if you do want to discuss this, we can definitely get into a meeting. Now, outside of that, as I said, you can set categories, subcategories, you can set views for your documents. So users can come in and let's say they want to see only information related documents. They'll quickly be able to get there. And I'm going back to all documents right here. You can set views for users. There are a lot of other things you can do with documents. You can definitely check out a document, check it back in, a standard SharePoint functionality, but it lets you version documents, put in new versions, and so on. You can share these documents, as Surendra earlier mentioned, with internal, external users. You can share it. You can view the permissions of the document. You can mark it as your favorite. You can pin it to the top of the document library. So for easy access, the next time you come to this, you'll be able to easily access the documents that you were going through. So you can do all of those. You can view all the activities that have happened with the document, or look at all the versions of the document, right? We went through document approvals. There are some more options. You can, download this to your desktop for offline use and so on. And then we have another e-sign. We have integrated with DocuSign, so you can initiate documents for e-signatures right here. All right. So very robust way to manage all your content, documents in this view. You can also, when you go to the full library view, you can, in fact, you can create new documents right from here, or folders. But with documents, it will just initiate Word Online, and you can start authoring a new document here right from this interface. All right. So moving on. So we are in the marketing department. Let's move ahead to another feature. Again, in terms of content, there is project management that we really have, spent a lot of time focusing on that feature, because every organization executes small projects, internal projects for every team. So marketing department, as you can see here, there are 5 projects running. You get a great portfolio view of all your projects right here that are currently running. And you can search for projects and see the entire project list, create new projects right from this page. So let's go into one of the projects. So if I click on digital marketing project, so this is a view of one of the projects of marketing. Again, you get a great summary view at the top. You have a little discussion thread. So if you click on this, now instead of sending emails back and forth, content being all over the place, in your Outlook regarding a project, you can keep it all here, interact with your team members right from this interface, right? And then you can manage all the tasks of a project. It will give you a view of all the tasks. You could manage your risks, issues of the projects right here. Again, you can have milestones, calendar, so on. Now, if you want to see the tasks in a calendar view, you can see all of those right here. So different ways of managing your tasks. Okay. And I'm just showing you a couple of different views here. So great way to execute your projects. Right here, keep everything in one central location. Okay. Moving down, as we said, we have document libraries for each and every site. So this is a project site. You can house all your documents right here. So it's loading up all the documents right now. So again, instead of using different tools, for project management, storing your documents, sharing them, you can use this facility. Again, this is part of your Office 365. You add BizPortals 365 and you get all this great functionality here. Right? The last thing that I want to talk about in terms of content, Since you would work in department sites, you would have projects running. So there's a lot of content, as I said, that is being generated. So we provide you with a My Site that is really a personal dashboard view of everything that's going on in your world, really. So in terms of the projects, tasks, as you can see, this is a great view of all your tasks that are out there. You have to approve some documents. Those show up as tasks, and if they're overdue, they'll show up right here. What is due today? And if you want to go into your in-progress tasks and quickly want to update those, that's a great view. All your tasks start showing up with a summary view. If you click on any of those, that will bring up your tasks, and you can update those tasks right here. Okay. So again, great way to manage your content. Documents, you can see all your documents housed. If you all are familiar with Office 365 Dell, it gives you that similar interface right here. So we have tried and kept, we have kept it consistent in terms of views, usability, so that it's very easy for you to go ahead and use it. Now, this is a grid view. You can change it to a list view and so on, right? Again, very easy to do that. All right. So in terms of BizPortals 365 really being used as a business hub, these are all the features that we provide out of the box. What we also do is integrate this with other systems. So let's say you're using a CRM system, maybe Microsoft CRM or Salesforce and others. We can definitely bring that information in, content in from those systems, integrate it either a one-way so that you can publish some reports using Power BI, or a two-way integration where you can update some information and it gets pushed into those systems. So we provide those services. We also recognize that you will have a lot of data migration needs if you do go with a new intranet solution. So let's say you have content all over the place. You want to bring it into the intranet. So we'll help you really bring in all of that via migration tools or standard migration, and that we can work with you and bring all the content in. Right. So outside of BizPortals 365, we also provide services. So as I mentioned, data migration, integration services. If you do want your users trained, user adoption is a big piece of it. Again, there's so much of content. How do users quickly get used to using an intranet? So we'll provide you additional user training. All of this is done remotely or online as you wish, but we can help you with all of that. Okay. So this was in a nutshell our feature set of BizPortals 365. Again, from content management, from really alerts and news announcements to document management, to really creating an organized way of, an organized list of departments and having people work through their individual departments. You could create that in the intranet. So hopefully this gives you a good idea of what our solution offers. And again, rather than you build your own SharePoint intranet, because you do get SharePoint with Office 365, you can use this ready-to-go intranet solution. We do have a list price if you go to our website and see that, but we can definitely work with you based on the number of users that you have. We can work out on the pricing and really get you started with the intranet. We are reaching the end of our time. Again, if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to us through our website, or you can email us at bizinfo@bizportals.com, and we'll be happy to work with you. Okay. Thanks a lot for attending the webinar. Thank you.